Hi everyone and welcome to this video. So I wanted to share some messages that I've been receiving the last period, and there are so many downloads and so much information coming in. The last couple of days now it's like I almost can't keep up with recording and writing down everything that is coming in. And there's still a lot of energy going through my body, so I'll do my best to stay somewhat coherent and formulate this in a way that makes sense to you guys. If there's anything that is unclear, please ask me in the comments as always, and I love reading your comments and your sharings, and how these messages are resonating with you. I really appreciate your interaction there. So I put out a video, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, on Australia and the shifting of the grid and the energies coming up from the inner earth that is shifting the grid in Australia. This will be happening all over the world with a shift of the grid. So the way I see the grid is, or that I'm being shown it, is almost like a spider web with these nodes that are the anchoring points, or the sort of strongest anchored energy, and then there are these connection threads in between, and it's of course multi-dimensional, so it's not flat like a spider web, but it's sort of that type of a structure, and it goes in all directions. So there has been a grid for a long period that has been like adjusted a little bit now and a little bit done. But now it's shifting massively, which is making a lot of people relocating, for example, and one of the things I mentioned in that video, which is because of the energies coming up from the inner earth. There has been a lot of grid work being done that had to do with the incoming energies from the universe, and now what is happening is all this energy from the inner earth that is making like the final shift that is actually anchoring the new grid in the physical, so that the physical changes will be seen in a very different way, and this is the new, it has to do with the whole like shift in frequency, shift in consciousness, and the new sort of geometric pattern, the energetic pattern that is being held on the earth. So what I've been shown is that when this new grid in Australia is in place, which still will take some time, so this is not something that will happen, at least as I've been shown it, not too soon, because it takes some time to get this grid really anchored and in place. When this happens, in the moment that it sort of clicks into place and it's fully anchored, and the energy starts moving fully in this new grid, there will be what I've been shown, and as always, take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm simply sharing the messages I've been given and guided to share. What I've been shown is that there will be 3 huge portals opening, interdimensional portals. There will be, I was shown, crafts that will be seen by everyone in these places that will move really quickly towards the earth, then disappear, and they will end up underneath the earth, but they will disappear when they are pretty close, but it will be very obvious. It's close enough for people to see what it actually is. Those I was shown were, in each portal were 2 really huge ones and 1 smaller one. These 3 portals are on the land of Australia. And that will be sort of marker for when this new grid is really set in place. I was also shown that in these portals they look really big. There will be easier for many to see energy. So there will be people actually seeing energy, like seeing colors, seeing the energy that is coming up from the earth, seeing the energy that is pouring in from the universe. It's at some point it's how it will be on the planet in general. But these 3 portals will be seen and experienced by many who are not yet, or that haven't yet experienced these kind of things. But that will be sort of a sign that the grid is anchored. I'm curious to see, because it's receiving those kind of messages is always a bit like, let's see how this is going to be. But it looks absolutely fascinating. I'm just seeing if there's like what information they want me to share and what not yet. Yeah, the next thing is on a planetary level. The relocations I've been talking about before will also start to be seen with the animals. So there will be animals moving a bit, which also has to do with the energy pattern. So this is a direct response to the energies from the inner earth and what they are following, because the animals are very, very connected to the earth. And we are learning to be more as well, or remembering that we are. It's probably a better formulation of that. I've also been shown, and I have also been experiencing what is sort of like the grid on the earth, but it's another type of energetic pattern, or looking a bit like a grid, but it's between the souls that are incarnate on the earth. So the recognition between the souls will be felt on a very physical level, not only energetically. This will be felt in the energy centers and in the column, because it's an energetic response, and it will be more and more, how can I say this, more and more normal to experience each other in a more energetic way, because we are becoming more of an energetic type of being. Like we are becoming more and more energetic as we are rising in frequency, and as we're holding more light in our bodies, embodying more of our light, and we are vibrating in a higher frequency, vibrating faster. We will experience the world, and then also other humans that are also holding light in their bodies, that are also souls incarnate, that are pure consciousness. A lot of them, or some of them, that we haven't, like we know from before. We've met them. We have contracts together. We are sort of on a mission together, or we, like, you can put this in all types of boxes or categories, but there will be more experiences of recognition of souls that we know in the human body, which will be felt energetically, but that energetic response will be very physical because of the higher frequency we're holding in the body. So everything we experience energetically will be experienced more and more physically, because the physicality of us is becoming more energetic. I hope that makes sense. What I see is that these sort of energetic patterns that are between these souls are starting to change as well. This is a very multi-dimensional pattern. It looks very different from the grid of the Earth, because the grid of the Earth, even though it's multi-dimensional as well, looks to me, this is only the way I see it, and I'm being shown this, looks still more solid than this sort of a grid or energetic pattern between the souls. What I've been seeing is that if you see then each soul as one of these nodes in that energetic pattern, I see it as much lighter, very high vibrational colors, like an energy you can sort of see through, but you can really clearly see the pattern in each of these threads between the souls. And there is like light shining out from the pattern within all of these threads between two node points. These node points are the soul that is incarnate in a physical body. So it is the physical body that grounds it on the earth, and then there are the contracts or the emission or the, you know, whatever we might put it into. I'm not too much about labels, but you know, the agreement we have with this, or the knowing we have of this other soul when we are not incarnate in a body. It's this remembrance that is coming back as we are vibrating higher in our bodies. And so when we have a meeting, physical or not, because it's all energy, and energy is not limited to the same physical place. When two of these node points, these souls in a physical body, these light nodes, which is what I see it as, are meeting each other, there will be a resonance. This resonance will be felt in the energy body, and we hold this in the chakra system in the body, and it can, at this point, we can activate each other, clear each other. This is all through like higher self and higher aspects. This is not by the ego, oh, I want this and this, or I want this and this. It happens outside of the personality, ego, mind. It is all a higher purpose to why it's happening, is what I'm being told. This resonance then makes the whole sort of type of grid system, this whole bigger energetic pattern between all the souls incarnate, to change. This is what is the reason for the coming together in 2022, as I was sharing in a video, I think back in November in 2020. At that point I was not told anything more than that it would be a coming together. But now what I've shown is that these relocations also has to do with the grid of the earth. It also has to do with the interactions and making sort of the energy and the openings for these souls to meet, to start recognizing each other on an energetic level, which will be then felt very physically. And this will sort of make new energetic patterns. It will make the vibration be not changed, but adjusted, maybe is a better word to use, so that we help each other further on our paths. And this will also make it so, because it's like a vibration out of each of these nodes in this energetic pattern, which is the soul incarnate. And this will start vibrating more and more and more out from the node as well. And then with all these in multidimensional like lines going out to all aspects that we are connected to. As we are rising in frequency, we will see more and more of this. We will experience more and more of this. And yeah, they're saying that why they want this to be shared now is to make people be able to allow and surrender and let go when they experience anything like this, if it feels resonant. If it doesn't feel resonant and you feel invaded by something, of course not. But if it's this type of experience, it will feel very resonant. It will feel it will be felt very strongly. And so to actually let go and actually let it happen, staying conscious through sort of the experience, but also to let go and not sort of contract in fear or stop it, because on the other side there will be an activation, it will be a clearing, it will be a remembrance, it will be downloads, which we normally have experienced, that we're getting downloads from like a field, another dimension, a guide, something like this. Now we will start experiencing more of these downloads from each other in this type of resonance, or this type of interaction on an energetic level. We are reaching it and we are experiencing it, we are being aware of it, and we'll see it and feel it in the body, because we are in a higher frequency. So really, if you experience anything like this, to ground, feel into whether it resonates, because it has of course to be something that resonates, because this is very different from experiencing any other type of energy or guide or any entity or any energy wave, when it's with another human in that sense. So the most important thing, as always, is to stay in the body, stay with the breath, stay conscious of what is happening, and then let go when you feel like, oh my goodness, I haven't experienced this, or some fear, or there's something coming up, or there's like one chakra that is like really being, pushed or challenged a bit because it's being cleared, or there's some activation going on. To breathe into it, to let it go, to stay present with it, and to let it happen, because it's supposed to happen. There is a purpose behind it, and it's a new way we will be experiencing each other. Beautiful and intense experience for sure. Yes, I think that's the most important things in this video. I would love to hear in the comments if it resonates and how you're experiencing these things. I hope you're doing well. Please share the video if it resonates with you. I will be back pretty soon with more videos, and thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.